Salakia. So I had a lot of ideas. I had a lot of screenshots, videos, and there's a lot of, because I write a lot of stuff in Word documents. Those were encrypted as well, so I lost that. So I was thinking, like, why did this at this particular time happen right now? Why did this happen at this time as well? And it made me think about the story in Matthew 25 about the slothful servant that had the talents, and he hid them. He didn't utilize the talents that he had, that he was blessed with. Because if you look through the channel, I have some songs as well, different videos that I make, and I'm not able to do that anymore. Well, I am, but I don't have the things written down, or the clips that I had, or the anything, because of the ransomware. So it made me think about that, because I was just sitting on it, and I could have been more diligent with it. I could have pushed more and more out. I had so many ideas, I had so many things written down, and I was being like that slothful servant that didn't utilize the talents that he was given, that was just sitting on it, that was hiding them, just wasting it away. Because if you like even in the world, they have a saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm gonna read this real quick. Matthew 25, starting at 28. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. Alright, so the slothful servant had his talents taken away. He had his talent taken away because he was hiding it. Alright, and it was given unto another brother that had 10 talents already. Verse 29. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. So the Lord's going to give a brother that has some stuff more. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. Alright, so speaking on, maybe a brother is ungrateful, and so it's saying even the one that he does have, even if he has little, he'll still get that one taken away. Verse 30. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Like that one, the one demon on Demon Slayer that was gnashing his teeth every time he got frustrated because he couldn't, get what he wanted. So the wicked and slothful servant got his talent taken away because he was unprofitable. And you're unprofitable when you have gifts and you have talents, and you're just letting it sit there and rot away rather than utilizing it, rather than using it, because it is a gift. It says that in James chapter 1. It's a gift, and if you're just letting it sit there and you're not using the gift, because you could use it in different ways to further push out the truth. You never know who you might wake up, or whose attention you might get by pushing the truth out, using the gift that you have, whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be, anything that you could possibly think of, So that's after all the, after the usual, mourning that I went through, after that came that clarity on that, so if I'm just having them sit there in folders doing nothing, not using them, then the Lord's just going to take it away. It's still a test, it's still a trial. He's still trying me, but on a deeper level, because I wasn't doing anything with the talents that I had, he went ahead and made me start at square one, you know. So in that moment, I was like that wicked and slothful servant, because I wasn't utilizing the talents that he had bestowed upon me. Alright. So through that, instead of getting, instead of going towards the weeping and gnashing of teeth, Salakia for the background noise, but instead of going through the weeping and gnashing of teeth, if that happens to you, you have to take that as chastening, because he's showing you that the scriptures don't lie. It don't matter who you are. He's not a respecter of persons. It applies to everyone. So if you're falling into that certain category, you're going to deal with the consequences of those actions. All right. So this is Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, right? So obviously, like I said, I was stressed out. My stomach was hurting that whole night. I could barely sleep. It wasn't a joyous time. Even though the scriptures say to rejoice during the adversity, because we know that it's a trial. It shows us that the Lord is really dealing with us. If you go up to verse 7 and 8, as you can see, it says that he deals with us as sons. That's why he chastises us. It's like a father disciplining his child. If you're not getting disciplined, then that means the Lord doesn't care about you. So verse 11, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. It was a grievous thing to go through. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Alright, so after that, after what you're going through, it'll yield fruit. You're going to bear fruit. Because just like a plant, they need different things to grow. They need sunlight, they need water. They need that a perfect amount of it. You give too much water, it's going to soil and get bad. Too much sunlight is going to burn up. You need a balance to everything. Maybe in the time of prosperity, you might forget the Lord. You stop praying as often, you stop fasting as often, you stop, going out doing videos, so on and so forth. So everything that he chastises you with, that he puts you through, it's to get you back on track. Whatever thing that seems like it's a hardship, he's trying to get you, like, hey, listen, don't get, carried away. Don't get a big head. Don't be forgetful of, who you are and what your goal is in this walk, what your duty is in this walk. So he's getting us, he's putting us back on track, because we're starting to, on that straight and narrow path, we may start to, teeter on the left or right, like we're about to fall off. And he's setting us back straight, getting our attention, like waking us up. Alright. And I'm going to close it out with Micah chapter 7 verse 8. Rejoice not against me, O mine enemy, when I fall. And I found it was a heathen, it was a damn Elamite that was hacking my stuff, that put out the dang phishing links and stuff like that. These damn Elamites and Moabites and Ammonites that are trying to hack people across the world. Alright, so rejoice not against me, O mine enemy. When I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Like in Matthew it said, they will go into the outer darkness. Alright, out of the Lord's light, because they were wasting their talents away, or so on and so forth. So when I fall, I shall arise, because the true men of the Lord, Yahawadah, I'm a part of that number and a part of the elect, you know. No matter how many times they fall, they're going to get back up and they're going to keep on going, you know. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. Okay? I will bear the indignation of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, because I have sinned against him, until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. Okay? So, like I said, I'm gonna bear this indignation of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, because I angered him in order for this to even happen to me in the first place. You know, it's my fault that I wasted my talents away, that I made the dumb mistake of not paying attention, and, you know, ultimately we're in the position that we're in because we sinned, and we continue to sin, you know, because we're in these corruptible bodies. We're not yet, you know, completely perfect, you know. So because of that, we are able to, you know, learn lessons. What he's doing, he's turning us into beings of perfection. You know, he wants us to know the balance of good and evil, you know, prosperity, suffering, heaven and hell as states of being, which is what they really are, you know, in order to make us perfect. A balance, right? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. These devils are living in a false balance right now, because they're wicked as all hell, but they're at the top of society. But us, we're at the bottom, and we're learning every day more and more with everything that we go through to be perfect, how we should be ruling, you know. And that's what the Lord is doing with everything that he puts us through. He's making us, he's turning us into that fine gold, like it says in Isaiah. Alright? He's making us, you know, precious. He's making us strong with everything that we go through. Alright? And we have to take the chastisement, not, you know, with bitterness and start weeping and gnashing teeth. You know, I was, at least, you know, the water Yahawadah and Yahawashi, I was in the right spirit of, you know, this is a trial from the Lord. I'm not going to just be bitter. I'm not going to just be sad and start crying, or, oh my God, like, oh my God, how could this happen, blah, 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 you know, because some people do that. They're like, why me? You know, why is God putting me through this? Why me? Blah, blah, blah. You can't have that, really, a prideful mindset. You know, you have to reflect and examine yourself and think, okay, why me, in the sense of, why did this happen? Like, what am I doing? You know, or what was I doing for this to happen to me? You know, in my case, it was the talents that I was sitting on and not, you know, using, you know, just wasting time away doing things that were unprofitable. Alright, being like the wicked and slothful servant, you know, because I'll just write something down, just leave it there, oh, I'll get back to it, and then I never do. So the Lord will just take it away from me, you know. Now Yahweh RAWCHAA and HALALYAM YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI, I'll be able to, you know, do it all over again, you know. It's still in my spirit to write these ideas down again, you know, to put the clips and everything together, to take screenshots again, maybe create even more ideas, even better concepts, you know, even better songs or whatever I may use to glorify YAHWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI. Alright? So it's all good, you know. So why do YAHWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI for granting me the eyes to see that, you know, and the ears to hearken unto that, and, you know, the understanding and the wisdom and the knowledge, you know, as little as I may have, but I'm able to, you know, still take it as, you know, something that boosts my faith. Alright? So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom, to the Akim wa Agwathiam, listening and learning in truth and sincerity. I want to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharallah, shalom to the hopeful elect.